their talks like I did, you're going to hate mine. I have way too many charts and graphs. I'm sorry, I love numbers, but this is truly what I'm passionate about. Like you said, I grew up the son of a construction president, and that was not necessarily what I wanted to see in my future. I couldn't get away with it, though. I couldn't get away from it, and I absolutely love it. So my name is Chris Callen. I'm CEO of Builders Plus Construction. We are a 31-year-old company which my father started in Garden City, Kansas, and my mother and my father both work next door to me. And they have done that for 2 years, so it's been quite an interesting ride for us so far. Like you said, I got a management information systems degree, or business information systems, and went and worked for a corporate IT department for a Fortune 200 company. I hated it, absolutely hated it, because I was like, I want to see something built. So I brought all I learned into construction. So real quick, I talk about perception. This is the best data I could get, a poll of 4 different age groups about what they think about a construction professional. You look at the 15 to 18-year-old demographic, and you see that not many people are really thinking of construction as a great primary source of their occupation. That's a problem, because from 2014 to 2024, construction is aimed to grow employment 1.2% every year, second only to healthcare and social services. It doesn't sound like a lot. But you look at occupations as well. Construction labor, the entry-level position, is one of the top 15 most occupations to experience the most growth. And of the ones not requiring a formal degree, it pays the most. So that's something that no one really thinks about until they are confronted with it. When we're looking at more information, we have here is a talent shortage survey. Skills trades is number 1, 2015. It's been in the top 10 for 8 of the last 10 years, or for as long as it's been, that survey has been in existence. Another huge problem, I've talked about this other places, is the age gap in construction. You'll look at 45 to 54-year-olds and 55 to 64-year-olds, and there's a much higher percentage of us, or of that age group, in construction than other industries. And also something that some people may know is women are very much unrepresented in construction, showing only 9.3%. And that's very much a stigma that hasn't been able to leave the industry, in which I am very much trying to fight against. So my whole thing is, I have my business information systems degree, and I came in and I want to apply technology for two facets: knowledge transfer, and also for a force multiplier, to do more with less. We've seen a lot of the same things happen in manufacturing over the last 2 decades, which have doubled the productivity for manufacturing. But in that same time period, construction has actually done less with the same amount of funds. So we're looking to carry over a lot of the techniques that were perfected in manufacturing and bring them here. When you talk about technology, there's some stuff right off the bat that's real quick. Get rid of the paper. Have a PDF on an iPad. The computer can read it. They can link it. I can now have thousands of pages of documents that take to build every single building, and I can have them connected together. Drones are impacting every single industry right now, and if you don't believe that, do a Google search. Construction is taking a huge impact. We're able to do photography, videography, thermal imaging, also something called photogrammetry, which I'll get to in a second. But really, the simple thing comes down to, when I imagine a building I want to build, I imagine it in 3D. I imagine the room I'm going to stand in. And then I go to an architect and I say, put this on 2D prints and an 8.5 by 11 and give it to a contractor to add that third dimension back, and then also add the time aspect of it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to jump around those. So now we're seeing a lot of design and engineering being done in a 3D space. And for a number of different software programs are introduced today, but really it's designed to exist in the area that it will futurely inhabit. You plug this design into an entire system called building information modeling. You have the design, and then you're able to do analysis. You can throw wind loads, you can throw snow at it, you can throw the sunlight at it, you can see if it's going to reflect and melt someone's car on the side of the road, which has happened. But then we have all this virtual design of what we are to build, but now we have no idea about the environment in which it's going to be built. So what we do is called reality capture. Something called laser scanning. We spin a laser around on 2 different axes and spin it, and we get a very quantitative information about the space. Another way to do that same thing is called photogrammetry. We take hundreds of photos and we overlay them on top of each other in a software program that creates a 3D point cloud. The great thing about this is it's relatively cheap compared to laser scanning, and also you can throw that on a drone and fly it over a school. So the biggest thing about this is we have all this information about what we're going to build and the environment we're going to build it in. And now we're still looking at on our 2D 25-inch monitor sitting at our desk. So what we're trying to do is, this is called a BIM cave. And what we did is made an 8-foot tall wall by 20 foot wide to trick your brain to believing you're actually in the space rather than looking at a screen. We take that to the next level and we throw on a Google Glass, we throw on a HoloLens, we throw on something that's going to trick the brain to even knowing that there's a screen at all. We're going to place the digital objects into a physical world. Once we're able to, once again, quantify the world it is and the world it will be, we can then commute that to machine controls in order to control the environments that these machines can come in and do the work that would otherwise be done by humans. So I'm just really excited about it. I get a little nerdy, so I apologize, but I appreciate you talking to me.